Meditation is something that a lot of us know that we need, but either we hate doing or we just don't know how or where to get started. I've recently been trying to get my shit together between working out to improve myself physically, but also trying to learn how to meditate to help myself mentally. Primarily to help me improve my focus and getting things done without getting distracted by things such as social media notifications and doing easy tasks that don't really matter in the long run, but is just a nice checkbox I can add to the done column. I think the reason that I held back so long on practicing meditation is that it just seemed like a waste of time, when really it only takes 10 minutes or less, which I'm sure we all have. Meditation, ironically, has actually been proven to train your brain to focus more. You only have a limited amount of attentional space in your brain, but through meditation, you can actually increase that space to allow yourself more room to focus on the current task at hand. If you're interested in learning how to create habits as well as how to learn how to focus more, I highly recommend the books Atomic Habits by James Clear, as well as Hyperfocus by Chris Bailey. Anyway, if you're like me and you are a complete beginner at meditation, I have a few VR apps that I can recommend that aren't corny and they won't leave you feeling like a hippie with aligning your chakras or whatever that means. Although I technically tried 7 apps, I only liked 4 of them. If you're curious to know the names of the rejects and why they're rejects, I will showcase them a little bit near the end. Anyway, let's get started with the good ones. The first app on my list is a no-nonsense way to get some mindfulness and breathing exercise in, Florn for the Quest. It's very simple to get into and does not have any guided audio in case you hate that sort of thing. What makes Florn unique is the fact that you progress through each meditation session through your breathing. You place the controller against your stomach, and each breath out pushes you a little further down the trail. The environment also reacts to your breathing, and the music adds to the feeling of calm. I found this app particularly useful for mindfulness or being fully in the moment and not lost in your thoughts due to the fact that you have your breathing and visuals to focus on. Although they are a little similar to each other in looks, you still have quite a few different environments to choose from. You first select the environment, then pick from a length of time you'd like to be in the session for. Florn is $9.99 on the Quest Store, but also has a mobile app which is completely free and requires no account. It works similarly, except instead of using a controller to track your breath, you just breathe in time to the path that appears. Next up is Guided Meditation VR, which is available on both Steam and for the Quest. If you struggle to know what to do when meditating like I do, I find that the various types of guided meditations really do help depending on what your current needs and moods are. To get started, simply pick from a wide variety of environments, pick a meditation type, select the length of time, as well as an individual meditation within that category, and off you go. At least for the Steam version, I will say that for a 2016 game, the environments you can choose from still look pretty good. The sounds are also realistic and unique to each space and add to the ambience. There's a couple of other options, like if you would prefer the environment to move or kind of be on a track while meditating, you can select the motion option in the menu. The app also has an audio visualizer in which you can listen to different music, whether it's through one of the meditations, music included in the game, or from choosing your own. You can find guided meditation on Steam or the Quest Store for $14.99. The third game on my list is one of my current favorites for how it gamifies meditation, and that is Maloa for the Quest. It's a fantastic free game that, through the power of meditating every day, allows you to raise and grow a spirit of your choosing, as well as the ability to add plants and totems to your little island. What I like most about this aspect is that you can actually place these plants and objects wherever you want, including the ability to rotate them. You can view your island either from afar or from a closer-up in-person view. To start off with, Maloa features 3 different types of meditations, which you can select to complete in 5 or 10 minutes. As you meditate, you unlock more items for your island, some of which will actually unlock even more meditations. Each meditation's guidance will be a little different depending on how often you've been using the app, starting with the most guidance, but over time decreasing. The visuals are very trippy to look at, and I do like the fact that it has a moving ring to indicate to you when to breathe in and out. Maloa also has a free mobile app you can tie to your account in which you can view your island, your spirit, and meditate while away from your headset. Maloa is free, and you can download it from SideQuest or from their website, playmaloa.com. Trip is last on my list for a reason. While they do offer 1 free session for you to try as a demo, this Quest app has a monthly fee associated with it, $4.99 a month or $19.99 a year, which isn't terrible, but still. I don't think I'll stick with this one, but I did want to give it an honorable mention since it might be good for some people, and it does offer a lot of different environments that look really cool. Try out the free meditation you get from the demo since it's a good indicator of how the other meditations go, before deciding to purchase the trial. Each of the meditations flow pretty much the same, except the middle may be tailored with some inspiring words that differ depending on the type of meditation you choose. You first work on your breathing, which, by the way, the breathing indicator in the app is really cool. Then you do a little mindfulness minigame in which you guide an animal around barricades or your thoughts to get to the coins or rewards between the cracks. Finally, my favorite part, the trippy fractals. It ends with some seemingly random stock images in a final 3D scene, some of them a little disturbing and not really relaxing, but I found out you can actually customize these if you use the mobile app. The focus and calm meditations are honestly the best parts of Trip. You can either pick from the daily meditation, or through the composer, pick your worldscape and your topic, both of which there are quite a few. Like I mentioned, the worldscapes vary widely and are gorgeous, but the guided meditations themselves are all a little samey. Trip does offer other features such as meditate and escape, but these are essentially 360 videos that you just sit in and enjoy on your own. They offer classes as well, but the footage is incredibly blurry and starts bordering on the lines of hippie territory. Finally, if you want to just look at some random fractals and short films, they have that too. Besides its use for meditation, I imagine Trip would be an amazing game if you were high, not that I know, but it does offer the best fractals and moving 3D environments compared to the others. If you're old enough to remember the mind's eye, each session kind of reminded me of that. Anyway, you can find Trip on the Quest store. It allows you one free demo session, but after you must pay either $4.99 a month or $19.99 a year. The VR apps I tried that I didn't like were Plane, Flow Meditation, and Meditation VR. I really wanted to like Plane because similar to Maloa, I liked the idea of gamifying meditation. However, the forest around you grows actually very, very slowly and you have no control over it other than just showing up every day. The meditations are also not guided at all. It's basically just sitting there and breathing along with the circle, which I found incredibly unmotivating. I can't say I didn't like Meditation VR, which is free on Steam, but it only offered one meditation session and the guide just didn't really do it for me. Also on my index, I had some kind of weird graphical glitchy box looking thing on my right peripheral, which doesn't show in my video, but was very distracting. I also couldn't really get into flow meditation. The quality of the 360 video environments it puts you in are pretty low. You can try a few of their meditations for free, but otherwise they're locked behind a confusing paywall of $3.99 a month or $33.29 a year, but you subscribe from their website, not through Oculus. So those are my favorites and the ones that I didn't like so much. Which ones do you think interest you the most? I'm always looking for more suggestions on VR meditation apps, so if you have any recommendations, I would love to hear them. And actually, I would be open to mobile recommendations as well. Meditation is something that we constantly put off, but let me tell you, since I've started to take the time to be more mindful and focus on my breathing and awareness of the breath, my productivity has really increased. Anyway, as always, keep on creating and never lose that drive to improve. I'll see you on the next one.